Michael Mann's Heat is a stone-cold classic. It hits all the right notes for a crime-action drama. You may know that years earlier he had basically made the same film for TV called LA Takedown. But we can actually trace his love for this subgenre all the way back to his first theatrical film, Thief.
Put your hands on your head.
Spread your legs. Now.
Many first films come out as rough approximations of a filmmaker's potential. But every once in a while, a director charges out of the gate fully formed. This was the case with Michael Mann. So the question must be asked, how on earth did he make Thief? It wasn't until college that Michael Mann began to think seriously about becoming a filmmaker.
I got into film when I was taking a film history course at the University of Wisconsin. Kind of swept away from what I had seen, and what experience that we all have was kind of a wide awake dreaming, and you're so transported, and you're into the film, and you have one part of your brain is hoping it doesn't end too soon. And it just occurred to me the first time, wait a minute, you've got to do this.
Mann then went to London Film School and received some acclaim for a documentary on the Paris student revolt titled Insurrection. In the 70s, he returned to the US and began writing for TV, staffed on successful shows like Starsky and Hutch and Police Story. This traction got him one of his first narrative directing jobs, the TV movie The Jericho Mile.
I had become kind of a hot writer in TV momentarily, and I decided that I was just going to have to extort my way into directing. Basically said, I'm not going to write anything else for you, ABC, unless I can direct it. And that was it. I had this great plan, and that I'm going to do one movie of the week that was going to do very, very well, and that was going to get me the ability to make Thief, and it did.
James Caan, the star of the film, recalled how the movie came about. Michael said, I wanted to show you a script I've written, and at the time I was very fortunate that I was able to do whatever the hell I wanted, so I put it together right away. I got Jerry Bruckheimer to produce it. And when the film came out in 1981, it showcased all of what makes Mann a legendary writer-director.
And you want to pinch me, you pinch me. I'll be out in 10 minutes. If not, get the f*** off my car.
Thief showcased Mann's obsession with realism. He already had a deep understanding of Chicago and its inhabitants.
I grew up in inner city Chicago, and people like the people in Thief were part of the milieu that you grew up within.
For Mann, getting Thief right required real-world research.
I wasn't interested in looking at movies about thieves or deriving it from books about thieves. I wanted to go and hang with thieves and derive it from thieves.
Mann based much of his film off of the professional thief John Santucci. The burglary tools used in the film weren't just props. They were actually used by Santucci. When writing his protagonist, who was coming out of a long prison sentence, Mann also pulled from his experience talking to prisoners for Jericho Mile.
I spent a lot of time there talking to a lot of convicts, got 28 convicts in major speaking parts. Everybody could imagine what prison was. And then I tried to imagine what it would be if you were in prison from about 18 or 19 years old to when you're in your 30s and you get out. And what state of mind are you in? What have you missed?
And this psychological realism carried over to his direction of performance.
Come on, I thought we'd talk a little business. Get to know each other.
No offense. You want to get to meet people, join the Lonely Hearts Club.
As much as Mann is known for his stylish visuals, for him, acting is everything. He explains, any good film, we're connected to it and moved by it. We're in the scene with the actors. The heart of that connection is that we're very smart animals, and every part of our brain is believing what we're seeing because of the authenticity.
I know all about
inside. Bullshit.
What are you going to shout?
And to achieve this level of authenticity, Mann made sure that James Caan actually learned all the techniques real thieves knew how to do.
And if the actor can really use those tools and knows that this is really how you do it, and I've become a master of how you really do it, his belief in himself is huge. It affects how he picks up a coffee cup. It affects how he talks to his wife. It affects how he walks in the door, how he takes off his jacket. The activity will have a truth-telling style.
Mann also had Khan spend time with real people who spent time in this underworld.
And I spent a month or two with the crew, with Santucci and all those guys, and the cops. Like, there was great respect for each other.
I'm pleased to meet you, ugly wop son of a... You mother...
This grounded realism was then combined with hyper-stylized visuals. Mann once said, "I'm not conscious of this is my style, this is not my style. Whatever it is that outside observers say, I'm not conscious of my signature, and it would be a bad exercise in vanity if one was." And yet, all of Mann's films do have a distinctive visual palette. In Thief, this comes from Mann's observations growing up in Chicago. He explains, "I took advantage of what Chicago looks like when it rains, because as the black streets get reflective and the lights reflect on them, you feel like you're driving through a tunnel, not like you're driving on top of a surface. We wet down the streets at night so they would be reflective, and that became the camera perspective, as well as him having that black 71 Eldorado and seeing the lights reflected all over the car as he moved through it." And though this approach was based in location, it was further stylized to get into the protagonist's head.
It came from a different point of view, how I wanted you to feel about Frank and what Frank's doing in Frank's world. And so I didn't want Chicago as a city built on a flat plane. I kind of envisioned Frank's virtual world as something three-dimensional, almost like a three-dimensional maze, and he knows his way through the alleys and byways. So that's why the kind of bizarro compositions with the doubled up streetlights reflecting on the ground.
This visual style on display creates a very specific and evocative atmosphere, and the musical score fits like a key in a lock. At first, Mann wanted Thief's score to be traditional blues to fit with the Chicago setting, but he ended up going with a synth score from electronic pioneers Tangerine Dream.
If it was blues, it had a certain kind of regional kind of naturalism to it. On the other hand, if it had Tangerine Dream, because it's abstract, I thought that the themes would emerge. It wouldn't be so locked to the naturalistic grittiness of Chicago.
And Tangerine Dream's work extended into the sound design of the film. Mann provides an example. There's a fire extinguisher going off in F minor. We actually found a way, in Tangerine Dream's studio, of processing actual sound effects and rendering them into a key. This was long before digital computers. The layering can be extraordinarily intricate. All of Michael Mann's signatures are present in Thief, from his meticulous research to his evocative visual style. It's a film that both serves as a preview of things to come and as an outstanding piece of art in its own right. Want to start your first movie? Dive in with StudioBinder's filmmaking software, which includes everything from storyboards to call sheets. Goodbye for now. Time to cruise the streets.